So now that we've looked at some types of decorative art, I wanted to talk to you a bit about artists who challenged the idea of major minor and also some contemporary artists who have embraced using decorative arts. So we start out looking at the American studio craft movement, and this is a movement that basically in the 60s started to talk about, what is fine art anyway? And they started to explore that perhaps major minor arts, these were categories that were unfair, right, to art in general. So you have a lot of artists like Peter Volkos who start to think about how they make their art and trying to move what they call craft art to the category of fine art. Volkos was a potter and a sculptor, and so he worked a lot with the idea of, can pottery be fine art? So here are some of his works. Another artist was Robert Aronson, and again, he used a lot of ceramics and pottery methods to explore the division between fine art and craft art. And also Littleton as a glass artist as well. One of the things that came up when this piece was first shown was a lot of people looked at it and said, well, what does it do? Because again, glass is thought to do something, right? It's a window or it's part of a lamp or, a lot of the decorative arts, they're thought to have purpose. They're utilitarian. And Littleton was like, well, it's art. That's what it does. I'm paraphrasing, but that's basically what he said. It was shocking to people that this piece wasn't a bowl or it wasn't a window. It was the same thing as a Leonardo painting. It was art because it's art. So again, it does shift the conversation a bit. Contemporary examples of the use of decorative arts as fine art, I guess we'd say. I had mentioned Dale Chihuly. He's to me the best example, who takes this idea of glass work and elevates it. And he's famous the world over for his glass pieces. He's part of the founding of the Pilchuck School in Washington State, which is a glassmaking school. And he has explored using glass as, again, a fine art medium. And he makes these beautiful pieces that are installed, again, in Venice, in museums around the world, to make people reconsider what decorative arts are. These are some shots from the Pilchuck School. I've always loved Chihuly's work. I think it's haunting, it's sensory. There's just something about the shapes and the colors. It's sort of magical. So I've always been a real fan of his pieces and his approach to rethinking glass and what glass can do. These are not simply utilitarian objects. There's something unique.